Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trending with Dallion and Tinsley. I'm your host, Dallion, and I'm here with my lovely friend and co-host, Tinsley. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. I'm ready and willing to talk about all of the summer trends. And I'm just really curious to hear your thoughts after we've kind of gone back and forth, sending some notes and what we think is trending versus what is actually reported to be trending this year and next.
Yeah, so Tinsley wrote the title of this episode, which is What to Purchase Now That Will Still Be on Trend in 2024. So I'm super excited to learn from your expertise because I do feel like this is something I struggle with. I think other people must struggle with it as well. And Tinsley has some insider information, being the trend designer and forecaster that she is. And she's going to help us. She's going to help me. She's going to tell me what I can buy that is not going to be out of style next week.
That is the question that we all want to know. I know so many seasons and years, I'm like, this is so cute, but it feels so trendy. Am I going to want to wear it next year? Is it still going to be on trend and in style? And I feel like we buy stuff so often and it's like we end up throwing it out or getting rid of it, selling it, whatever. And then it just kind of feels like a waste. And then we are kind of traumatized, for lack of a better word, into purchasing trends. And we have no idea what to purchase and we get so lost and overwhelmed. So I hope that we can both shed some light on what is going to be around next year.
Tinsley sent me some research to look at before this episode, and I was like blown away by like the language that exists to describe certain trends. And just, I don't work in fashion, and so I just hear what I hear on TikTok or call things what I call them. And so it was just like fun to see the language used to categorize some of these trends and different like items.
For every trend story, there is some background story that gives context as to why something is being designed or why something is on trend. And that's simply because it's related to real life. We have these trends and these new designs and new styles because it's whatever our lifestyle is calling for. So, a lot of the times we talk about, like right now, we're talking about this shift in how people are spending money because of the way that the job market is. That was especially a big trend for 2023 because we saw so many people were getting laid off. We saw just like a shift in mindfulness and consciousness about spending. And so designers and brands are aware of this and they are designing into things that are going to be more functional, more versatile, because they know that people won't have enough. Well, not even enough, but they won't have as much. Or if they do have it, they're not going to want to spend their money on clothing. They're going to want to spend their money on other things that feel smarter and better in the long run.
Can you talk to me about just some of the overall trend themes that are here to stay?
I would be glad to. Okay, some overall themes. We have minimalism, boho, nautical, summer camp, artisanal, and thrift inspired. So we'll let those words sit with you and kind of let you picture that in your own minds. I think it's still very relative to where we're at this season. I know a couple episodes ago we talked about some overall themes that we were seeing, like mermaid core, captain core, nautical, this like classic old money style look. Those still seem very relative, but it seems like it's kind of taking a turn into like more, like I said, artisanal, nature inspired kind of themes. And I think that plays off of us really wanting to take care of the planet and using more natural materials, which in turn looks more natural.
Summer camp got me. Summer camp threw me for a second because what I think of when I hear summer camp just may not be what other people think of. I think it speaks to like the high low of it all. Like I feel like nautical to me feels very high and then summer camp feels very low. And I feel like what's so interesting and what I love and gravitate towards is like that mix, sort of like when you see someone wearing a dress with uh, tennis shoes. It's just like these two things that seem to be at complete opposite ends of the spectrum, but you're pairing it together and it looks so fresh and cute.
That's a great point. I really didn't even think of it that way. But that's your brain coming from a more like marketing side of things instead of the fashion side of things. I love that. I love the high low, you know. Don't
Yeah.
know if I'll be going to summer camp, but and I'm sure there's a more methodical definition of summer
Oh, I'm
camp.
sure.
But just yeah, hearing those words, you're kind of thrown off a little bit. I also wanted to talk about the key colors.
Please.
Some of those being oat milk, sea kelp, which is more of like an olive, and then we have midnight blue, which is like a navy, radiant red, a little bit of a softer, vibrant red, and then fondant pink. I think still playing off of the like Barbie inspired color this season. I feel like it's not just because of Barbie, but when I saw the color, it definitely reminded me of Barbie. Love to see these like more subdued brights grounded with some of the classic colors like oat milk, the tans, the beiges, you know. Oat milk's just like another term for tan, beige, cream, almond, you know. We could have a little almond, oat milk. Got our classic non-dairy milks here.
So, speaking of colors, speaking of trends, the way we're going to structure this episode is we're going to talk about tops, and then we're going to talk about bottoms, and then we're going to talk about shoes, and then we're going to talk about accessories. So, let's go. Tops.
Tops. Okay, you guys have all seen this like quilted trend. This has been going on for longer than this season. Definitely back like throughout last fall and the winter. We are seeing that quilted jackets, padded jackets, those are still going to have their moment. I
Okay.
love the takes on like a summer quilted piece. I'm seeing quilted shorts, quilted little cutoff vests, quilted bags. Like quilted is in, and I was kind of like, "Oh my gosh, this is sending me back to Vera Bradley. I'm not sure if I can do this." Or it's like, I don't know. Like I've never been really into quilts. You know, people would always like get quilts as gifts, whatever. It's like passed down through lots of generations. I've never really been a quilty girl. I can appreciate it.
Mm.
Like that's a lot of work. But when I started seeing the quilted jackets, I was kind of like hesitating a little bit because I thought this is really cute, but I just don't know if this is going to be a trend for very long and I don't know if I want to invest in this. Well, it's like season after season, they're still here. And I'm like, okay, I'm slow to adapt to that trend, but mostly because I just thought like it was so crazy that we were doing this. So no way can it stay. But yes, it is predicted that they will still be on trend in 2024. I'm thinking I gotta find somebody to make me some quilted shorts. They're so cute. I know you're giving me a look right now, but it's like they're like a little puffed. They're like, it's almost like a quilted
You're
boxer short.
you're into puffed right now.
Love.
I love it on you. I'll just leave it at that. I feel like, well, I said I'd leave it at that, and then I was about to go off. Well, I just have to be careful, I feel, with puffed because there's just certain areas in my body I don't need to add any puff to. That's where I'll leave it.
Okay, we can leave it at that. Just like the thing to know about quilted padded jackets, they're here to stay. There's lots of different variations. People are really taking them to new levels. We've got all kinds of silhouettes now, so it's not just like oversized and baggy. And I really feel
Yeah.
like in that realm, there is something for everyone to find and
Okay.
enjoy. But I will not
So
die
is
on
that
that hill.
so is that something that's like this would be an investment piece? I mean, obviously a jacket is like it's going to be $100 plus. We're not talking about a very cheap item here. So, and I think that's where I feel hesitant, and I'm sure other people do as well. It's like, okay, is this trendy? And I'm gonna invest in it, like, big money. But the thing is that a jacket should be something that you can keep for a really long time. So I'm willing to spend. if I know I'm going to keep it and it's going to be a staple piece in my wardrobe. So is that what you're saying? Like we can go ahead and spend on that because it's going to be around?
Let's be cautious. Let's look at your budget. Let's, just because we're saying something's going to be on trend next year, let's go back to one of our first episodes where we say, hey, if this trend is not working for you or you don't love it, like, don't feel the need to invest in it. If you have the means to go purchase like a really cute cropped silhouette version from Claire B, it's like $300. Girl, go ahead, do it. But if you're wanting this jacket to be a jacket that you're going to have for a really long time and it's going to actually be like super functional and versatile, maybe opt for a version like the padded jacket instead of the quilted jacket, and one that's just one color. It's going to be super versatile and you love it, and like, okay, even if this is not on trend, I know that I'm going to wear it for X amount of years, even beyond when it's like the height of its trend period.
No, I love that. That's super helpful. Yeah. No, that's great advice.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you.
I was slow on that trend too, but I just went to a sample sale. I got an all black one, padded, and I feel really great about the purchase. I know that I love it. I'm gonna wear it for a while. I've thought about it for a while. So yeah, just like we always say, there's always a way to adapt trends to yourself and your budget
Yourself.
and lifestyle.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so the next one I'm excited about because I do have a couple pieces that I have in this category, which is the knit open work things. It's like, it's giving beach, it's giving resort wear, it's giving I live close to the ocean, even though I don't.
Yes, exactly. But that's how we want to feel. So
Right.
I think that's why a lot of these pieces are
It's
so popular.
aspirational. Yeah.
Yeah. Like like this year I feel like we really leaned into the knit vests or the knit tops that were like sleeveless, kind of open all the way down, but they had maybe just one little button in the middle to keep your hoo-has in place, or have
Hmm.
some like little ties, and those were super cute. We've seen like that kind of like crochet open work kind of vest where it's like high neck, but it's still a little see-through, so you still feel
Yeah.
like light and breezy and beachy. Those are definitely still going to be around. And I think it's been a classic time and time again. But this year I definitely saw an increase, and we're still going to see an increase next year, but just updates here and there.
Yeah. And to me, just giving my 2 cents on that, to me personally, that's where I would like not spend my dollars. Um, just because like I did spend my dollars on something that I wore to the beach, and then I was like, oh, this is disgusting and it's full of sand, and I ruined it. And of course I bought it in white, and I wish I hadn't spent the money on those expensive crocheted pants. So just the tip is like just get those at Target, or get those on Amazon.
Well, yeah, like if you're going to wear them to the beach, let's get the cheaper option. But I will say that knit pants are going to be in style still.
Okay. Well, good.
Maybe like let's focus on the aspiration and not like legitimately using the knit vest at the beach. Like it's just supposed
I,
to inspire. It's not supposed to be functional at the
I
beach.
got you. No, I got you.
Unless you get the cheaper version, or unless you have just like a lot of doll hairs to spend on that. Um, if you want, we can go ahead and go to bottoms. We only have a couple in each category, but bottoms. I feel like we have already talked so much on this podcast about denim and what's here to stay, things we hate, things we love. It's like, where are we going with this? It seems to be a new trend every season. We can't keep up. And
Hmm.
I am happy to say for myself that the baggy jean trend is still in. Now, that can look like different things. That can look like just a loose fitting pair of jeans. That can look like a straight leg. That can look like low rise, which I know we all hate. That can look like cargos. Like there are different versions of the baggy jean or baggy pant that you and I personally have adapted to. Like I know
Hmm.
that you found a pair of cargos, right?
Love.
Yeah.
Yes. Cargos are working for me. They're the only thing working for me, as we all know. Um, but yeah, no, I really do I like the cargo trend and happy to see that that is here to stay, at least for a little while longer.
Yeah, I am too. I'm not on the skinny jean train like you are, Diane. And what did we say? You can still wear the skinny jeans in your own
I
way.
know.
You can still make them just as stylish. But I do love the baggy jean trend. I've got a pair from Everlane that I just wear like all the time. Except baggy jeans in New York is really tough because then I end up dragging my jeans and my pants all throughout the city and I have to come home and soak them because they've
Hmm.
picked up every God knows what thing on the streets. Um, yeah, I love all versions of it except for a low rise. So you will not catch me in a low rise. But
Yeah.
then the next thing is denim skirts. So we've talked about denim skirts. We've talked about the one that I bought too quickly that I don't love.
Well, can we
Denim
talk about your
skirt.
new one?
I bought a new one. I bought a new one that is white. It's like an ecru, and it is I would say more maxi than midi, and it's got a big slit up the front, which is like it made such a world of difference because I didn't feel like it was covering everything. I needed to show a little skin and I needed it to be a little longer because where it was hitting me on my shin in the front was just like not a flattering cut for someone my height. But when we talk about denim skirts being on trend next year, we're really talking about mini skirts as well as midi maxi skirts. So I know it's such a love hate relationship with the denim skirts right now. I posted a little video on TikTok and I had someone say, like, no, I thought we were done with this. We are not. So take it or leave it. I'm
Hmm.
totally in, but Dalian, I don't know that you are in.
No, yeah. I mean, it's that Y2K style. Which I love. And I love how it's adapting into, you know, to that, 2023. But just a mini skirt is not my vibe right now in this moment in my life. If I found the right one, maybe. But Tinsley blew up TikTok. Tinsley sold out that skirt that she's talking about because her TikTok video went popping off and she had it styled with like this cute gray t-shirt and she put this like huge chunky belt with it and her little tennis shoes and she looked so cute and she sold that skirt out. But you also influenced me to try it because it was on Newly. And so I was gonna give it a try, but I couldn't get it. It's literally like it's flying off the shelf. And yeah, it was sold out. I couldn't get it on Newly, but I was gonna try it. So yeah, I don't know about the mini skirt. I just cannot imagine even a setting that I would wear it in at this moment in time. But it looks cute on other people. I love it. I just don't know. Like, where would I wear that?
To clarify about the TikTok, my TikToks get like 250 views max. For whatever reason, this one video got like over 100,000 views. I don't
Because
know
it
that
was
it, I
good and you're cute.
thank you so much. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't know if anybody's out there like creating any content or anything, but it's like the stuff that you work so hard on or you think is gonna do well, it's like it bombs. And then the thing that you like make in 2 seconds and you're like, I'm not gonna post it. That's the thing that takes off.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll save that rant for another day. But it's so funny. I wore like the simplest outfit with this white denim maxi skirt and it did really well.
It was
Um,
so cute.
I love a denim mini skirt because just the season I'm in right now, walking around the city, I'm so hot. And I can't even wear the maxi or midi denim skirts right now because I'm so hot. I like my legs feel like they're trapped in a furnace. They're burning from the inside. They I like the mini skirt, I just think it gives such an interesting proportion. I'm petite.
Okay.
I'm petite. I think that my best trait right now is my legs. We're talking about our
Mm.
traits. And we're young. Let's show them off if we
You're
feel
like you have great
overwhelmed.
legs.
Thank you so much. So I was like,
Tinsley is petite and she has these toned little Pilates legs. Yeah, you're working it. Her thighs also don't touch. So that's why she can wear a mini skirt in this heat.
girl, they touch. Okay. Just last night, I was like, my God, I don't think I can make it home because I'm chafing so bad.
That's why I
Um,
can't wear the mini skirt. Let's just be honest here. I mean, when have we
oh,
not?
yeah.
I'd be chafing in this heat. I can't wear a mini skirt.
It's like, yeah, it's pushing them together. I will give you that.
Okay, good.
I only have one version I bought like years ago. Thank God it came back in trend because I was like, I should I get rid of this? Should I hang on to it? I don't know. I'm wearing that one, but I have seen a lot that have these interesting details, and that's what they're going to focus on next year is
Okay.
these little updates like frayed edges, little frills, little even doing the like cargo mini skirt. That's been kind of coming about
Um,
this season, which I do love a mini cargo skirt. I rented one of those, really loved it. I love this version. It's like the top is kind of like distressed denim. The bottom is like suiting material. It's like a mixed materials
I've
mini
seen.
skirt. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that is really interesting to me.
I
I
hate it.
think that's the whole point of these trends. And we always repeat clothing. Every year, what we're bringing out is pretty much just like a reiteration of something else, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, the way you keep things interesting and keep things updated that maybe have already been on trend at one point is these little details that we're adding.
Yeah.
So the new details with denim skirts, skirts, like we can even expand out of denim skirts and like realize that there are lots of mini skirts right now. If you're shopping in the places we're shopping in, we're seeing a lot of mini skirts and all different variations. We're seeing mini dresses. Like we're just really playing around with proportions right now. If it doesn't work for you, tune out. It happens to be something that works for me because I like my legs and I feel comfortable in them. So,
Yeah. No, I will say I've seen the cargo skirt and I like it a lot. I almost rented one just to try it out because the skirt I'm specifically talking about, it also didn't look tight. But you know, anyway, but yeah, I mean, no, there's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. I mean, we're just reinventing. It's creative reinventing, and it's the same thing in content marketing. You're not reinventing the wheel every year. You're taking old things that work, you're bringing them back with a new, fresh take, and different details, which I love. I think that that is what creativity is, and I love that through fashion you get to like express that creativity when you resonate with a detail or when you resonate with a color or a style that's in fashion right now.
agreed. Do we
Okay,
want to move on to shoes?
shoes.
Do you ever think about that one trending song back in like sixth grade?
I almost sang it. I just
Why
stopped
can we?
myself from singing it
Why can millennials not say the word shoes without being like shiz? Let's get some
because
shiz.
we're traumatized and we lived in the best era of all time.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
oh I almost sang it and I
Yeah.
stopped
I could.
myself because I
I
was
could
like,
kind
no
of
one's
hear
gonna
you.
get this.
Yeah. I was feeling those lips moving. Anyways, okay, shoes. Chunky sandals, flat sandals. I'm so glad that this is still going to be in. What about you?
Yeah, no, I love a chunky sandal. I love a platform. So I'm super happy. I would like to get myself a pair of fisherman shoes. When I saw them and realized their name, I was like, I got to get me a pair of those. They're really cute. Um, yeah, just because I don't have a lot of sandals in my wardrobe right now. I got my classic Birks. I may even get another pair. I might get another pair of Birks because they just do me right. Um,
They do me right also. I'm thinking about another pair, even though, yeah, we had this whole conversation in another episode about
right.
how they can be portrayed as like dorky granola, but yeah, you can
That's
style them
in.
up
It's
right.
summer camp, y'all. That's
Summer.
to me, that's summer camp.
So I don't think the trend is like platform chunky, because it's definitely like flat. Like the key word is like flat sandal, but I think it can mean some chunk. Like we're seeing a
Okay.
lot of those double strap sandals right now. They kind of have like the Velcro that goes over your foot. I've got
Yep.
a pair from Aloha's, which is kind of a
Yeah.
popular brand for that specific style. Um, the Birks. I've seen some really great shoes out there from a lot of like not low level brands, but more affordable brands like Schutz, Matisse. Gosh, what are the other ones?
Sam
There's
Edelman?
yes, Sam Edelman. There's Dolce Vita.
Yeah.
There's, like I said, Aloha. That's a sustainable brand. But yeah, so many people are interpreting high end shoe designs right now, and they're producing them at a lower, more affordable cost. Now, let's not get into the politics, the ethics of that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, I have been on the hunt for shoes this summer, and I have surprisingly found a lot of dupes for the more expensive ones that I've wanted.
Hmm.
Another one being ballet flats, which those will also be on trend still next year. But ballet flats, there's this one brand, it's like AEYDE or something like that. It's AD. That's how you say it, AD. And these ballet flats are like pretty simple, classic. They're $300. I'm like, gosh, I just can't do it.
That's a
And I have
lot.
it is a lot. Like I'm not above spending $300 on a pair of shoes. It's just like right now I can't. So I am trying to find something around 100, 150.
Hmm.
And I've been pleasantly surprised with the shoes that I've been able to find from some of those other brands I just named that do actually look closer to the high end one that I'm wanting, which I feel like for clothes, I'll see a top or something and I'll like try to find it at a lower cost from a different brand. And that's usually hard. Like clothing, I can't always find a dupe for stuff that I
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
just as much, but
Shoes are easier to knock off for
a
sure.
little bit, a little bit. And I don't, that hasn't always been my story, but I just feel like this summer shoes really have such a focal point, and these brands have like picked up on it, and they've done really well at creating dupes. So,
Well, I feel like the shoes make an outfit right now. Do you agree?
oh my gosh, absolutely. That I've always thought that. Let's refer back to our heels in high school conversation. But I think it's just because a lot of people are dipping their toes into this like capsule wardrobe, minimalist, old money style. And shoes, that's what really brings out an outfit, all the characteristics of an outfit. The
Yep.
shoes will help bring everything together. It will help the entire outfit pop. I've always been a proponent of accessories, and accessorizing is really how you make an outfit, especially if you don't have a lot of clothes. The accessories, that's what's going to differentiate the outfits. And I do believe in investing in shoes, good shoes. But right now, I'm not at that place.
Right.
I mean, shoes are expensive. Like low end, high end, whatever. Like you're still starting out at a high cost for a pair of shoes.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, no, well, Tinsley is the queen of accessories, also, let me just say. Um, I have to like remind myself to put on jewelry, and Tinsley is like, you've always accessorized. You've always been good at it. I love to buy accessories, but I just like to have them around me and sit on my counter. I don't know why. I wear like the same earrings every day and my engagement ring and my wedding band. Those are that's how I accessorize. Although I have been loving the belt trend. I do. I love a good belt. Gosh, happy to see that back. So I will say I have been accessorizing with my belt. But yeah, the shoes thing, because when you think about when you put together a cute outfit, and this happens to me a lot, that I put together something cute, and when I don't have the right shoes to go with it, it's this frustrating experience for me that because the shoes make it. And I think it's funny because the skinny jean was a pant that you could wear any shoe with. And when I started wearing straight leg jeans, I was like, I have to buy all new shoes. Can't wear my shoes with these jeans.
What shoes were you wearing with skinny jeans, though?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah.
know exactly what you're saying. Like, it's so frustrating. And I'm like, I'm so there this summer because, I'm wanting to wear sandals and open toed shoes with all my little dresses and my skirts. And I'm
Yeah.
having to weigh it down with a chunky pair of sneakers because I can't wear any of my sandals right now. My blisters are so bad. Um, if you know me in real life, you know that like I can't stop talking about my blisters. But there are also days like if like back when I was living in Nashville, like I feel like shoes were always the struggle because I would put together an outfit I really loved and then I would be
Yeah.
like, shoes. Like I'm just gonna pick some out and walk out real quick and then you're stuck there for like 10 minutes. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't actually have any shoes to go with this outfit. I'm gonna have to completely change the outfit. Why
Hmm.
is that?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the shoes make the outfit. We should just start with like the shoes in mind and then build the outfit, which I never do. I never think to do that. Um, but that's what we should do.
Two things I'll say, or one thing I guess I will say about the two shoes that we just mentioned, the ballet flats and the flat sandals. I do appreciate about those how if you own a good pair of each one, you're bound to not run into that problem as much because I do think you can find a pair of flat sandals and a pair of ballet flats that go with almost everything. And
Hmm.
it depends on what you pick out. You could pick out like a really crazy pair. Like right now, the open work ballet flats, like that's all the rage. Those are more trendy. Those are not going to
Hmm.
be versatile, depending on who you are. But if you pick out like a sleek pair of black ballet flats or metallic ballet flats, like those could really elevate an outfit. It's like a ballet flat is enough to pull the outfit together, but it's
Okay.
not going to distract from the entire outfit, if that makes sense. And then a flat sandal, if you want to go the chunkier route, the thing I love about that is it's probably going to take away from the outfit, but like in a good way, because I feel like I have a couple pairs of just neutral colored, chunky flat sandals. Chunky, I mean like the sole is like gummy and there's like a lot going on at the top. But those, I feel like if my outfit's kind of blah, they kind of step it up a little bit.
That's the kind of shoe that I want more of. I feel like I need more of that kind of shoe in my life, especially because I have been keeping it kind of casual. So I feel like you want that fun shoe to elevate the outfit a bit and give it some interest. Um, so yeah, I want more shoes like that. But yeah, I do think that the shoes that you just mentioned do give you like a good amount of versatility for your wardrobe. If we're talking about like invest in two pairs of summer shoes, I think that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Accessories, Tinsley's favorite thing. Again, like I said, I like accessories, but I yeah, I guess Well, let's talk about it. Because I guess when I think accessories, I think about jewelry for some reason, but there's a lot of other ways to accessorize. So let's learn from the master.
Oof, thank you. Am I the master? I
You
don't know.
are. You have always been very accessorized.
I have always loved accessories. I think it's because I didn't have a lot of clothes. So I was trying to always make a different outfit, and
Yeah.
accessories really helped me to do that. But jewelry, that's just the one that like we all think of first. So it's like the easiest, it's like the thing we had the most of. I will definitely put on some jewelry every day. I love the trend with bracelets right now. I've got a couple little bangles that are smaller, but I wouldn't say these are the bangles that are trending for next summer. We're talking like chunky, jeweled, like organic texture and organic shapes, like the really fun ones. And we don't have to get into like all the different shapes and brands and whatever, but I think it's kind of funny. These girls are wearing, what's it called? Buddha girl bracelets. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't. I was looking at some of the words in the research that you had sent me. So I was looking at like Bohemian Alchemist as like one of the uh jewelryfication descriptive words. So yeah, Bohemian Alchemist and Otherworldly Glamour. But that really resonates with what you're saying in terms of like metals and then playing with proportions again, because like those oversized bangles, bangles been around forever, but yeah.
Yeah, bangles have always been around. I remember I had a lot of like funky bracelets back in high school. I've since done away with that. I focused on like the gold bangles look all throughout college, but the jewelry in terms of bracelets, that's kind of hard for me. The sizing is like one size, it's wrist or complicated, I don't know. Um I brought up Buddha Girl bracelets because I don't think it's particularly like our audience's thing, but I have seen a lot of talk about Buddha Girl bracelets on TikTok. It's like a armful, like a stack of gold bangles, simple gold bangles. I think it's like $100 for the stack. I don't really know. I'm not all into it. All into it. I don't have friends who wear them. I just see it a lot on TikTok. It seems to be that everyone who makes a TikTok about these bracelets is from the South. Yeah.
Oh.
Not to categorize, but like uh, that's just like that's what I've seen. Anyways, I bring up Buddha Girl bracelets or bangles because I think I think it's interesting that that's so trendy for like a certain audience,
Mm-hmm.
but it speaks to like the level of trend that's going on with like bracelets, bangles, whatever.
Yeah.
That's like that's how they interpret it. And then I think like for you and I, we would probably interpret that as like a chunkier gold or silver bracelet, or
Or
even
both.
wearing like one silver, one gold, I think
Yep.
we've had a little bit of a discussion about this before, but there's a lot of great
Yeah.
options on Amazon, what have you. Another one is the charm necklace. Have you been seeing that? Do you like it?
No, I must be out of the loop on jewelry. Please tell me.
I think it leans into the like thrifted look that we mentioned earlier. A lot of girls are liking it. It seems to be like a not a chunky chain, but it's some kind of like chain link necklace. It's got either the heart on the end or it has the like actual large like carabiner at the end. And then it's kind of like a build your own with like different little charms.
Oh,
There's
so
like
you
little,
mean I can pull out my silver Tiffany necklace?
no,
Is that what you mean?
no, that's not what I mean.
You
Maybe
don't mean that. Dang it.
you can reinterpret that, but no.
Dang it.
No, it's like a gold pendant necklace. It's going to be still pretty big next year. You can, it's a big focus on like build your own. So, like, if you have the
Yeah.
base, You can go on Etsy, get a few charms. I saw someone go to Clairvy. I didn't even know that Clairvy did jewelry. I thought they just did like bags and apparel, but the little charms can be like a little thing of champagne, a little like French word,
Okay.
an
Yeah.
initial.
Yeah.
The fish
Literal
is
charms.
popular. I love it. I want to find one.
Okay.
I don't want to spend a bunch of money on each little charm. I want
Mm-hmm.
to, I'm trying to think of a way to like kind of refurbish some of my jewelry and then buy a few charms off Etsy or the
I
flea
like
market
that.
or something.
I actually think Etsy, it's fun. It's good that you bring that up because I think it's great to support small businesses and artisans that are trying to sell their products. But it's again, there's just really good options. And I think for jewelry, Etsy's a really good place to look and it's not always top of mind, but I've been trying to keep it top of mind. Cuz yeah, that's a great way to support artisans that are trying to sell their products.
Agreed.
And
Yeah,
it's unique. You're getting something handmade and that's unique and that's not, out of a box like everyone else is going to have. And so, yeah, I think Etsy's a great place to shop for jewelry. Do you remember? It's just speaking of like how things have changed in the jewelry category. Do you remember? I saw this on Instagram or TikTok. I'm sure it originated on TikTok the other day. Remember how we used to wear like necklaces down to our navel? Why did we do that? Why did we do that? But it was like an owl. It was like this long necklace with this owl, like hanging above your belly button
the feather.
with a feather.
The feather, the singular feather. No, not with the owl, just the feather. I had
What?
one that was like a little
Why did
pear.
we do that?
I don't know. I really don't think that's ever gonna come back around. I hope and pray because I'm trying to forget that stage of life.
Let's hope and pray to the fashion and jewelry gods that that didn't come back. We could have strangled ourselves. That was dangerous. We don't need to be wearing necklaces like that.
Yeah, I will say the jewelry back in high school, I'm like, that could never come back. Like, we could just leave all of that in the past.
Whew,
It's
it's
not
funny
good.
to think about though. I'm deviating from our planned topics a bit, but something I've been seeing a little bit that I think is interesting, speaking of something coming all the way down to your navel, is like actual body jewelry, like a body chain. I guess it's something that goes like around your shoulders and then cuts through your midriff and like I've seen people wearing that like literally at the beach, but also like just with sort of that like resort wear style. Or if you're like showing your midriff and you sort of like see this little chain like poking out, I think that's really cute. That's like the kind of thing I feel like I would wear, but I also feel like I might be a bit self conscious about wearing that. Like in my mind, I love it. I want to be that person, but I probably would be second guessing it as well.
Agreed. I feel the same. I think it's a really cute trend. I love the belly chain, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think maybe that's just something I'm either slow to adapt to or I'm just not going to adapt to it.
I just need to be a little braver.
Try it out.
Maybe.
Try it. The last thing that we had on our list was printed scarves. Um, Briefly on the printed scarves, I went to a thrift shop about, let's say, a month ago. I found a really pretty silk vintage scarf, floral print, had some like abstract lines throughout. $30. I was like, man, I really could see this as a top. I left
Mm.
it. Someone else picked it up. I'm still thinking about it to this day. I
Oh,
saw
I
in the
hate
report
that.
printed scarves, and I just thought, man, I should have grabbed that one. But all's well, didn't end up needing it in my wardrobe. Like maybe this will just be a thing that I will invest in next year. But
Hmm.
I love that the printed scarf is still in. I can remember
Yeah.
when we wore the like bandana style. I was so into that when you would just do like kind of that little like camper's knot, the little like it would have like two strands that would hang off of your neck. It was like pretty short. Definitely couldn't wear it as a tube top, but that was so big for so long, and I'm glad that we're getting back into silk scarves, and we can wear them as tube tops. We can wear them as additions to a bag or in our hair.
I used to wear it on my bag. Like, I think even in college, I can remember I got, well, I when I studied abroad and lived in Paris, it just seemed like the thing to do to buy a silk scarf when you were in Paris. I don't know. So I bought these two and I used to like wear them like on my purse. But recently I went to a party and I wore a scarf in my hair and I was like, why don't I do this more often? I love it. It's really fun.
I agree.
Um, well, one more thing in speaking of accessories, just something I didn't see coming, you probably did, but I saw it on you first and now I'm seeing it everywhere is the rose. Where did that come from? And you look so cute in it.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
That item felt like that just felt like this is so ridiculous. Why are we wearing a rose on our neck? Why are we tying a rose
Right.
to our neck? Why are we tying a rose to our shoe, our bag, our hair clip? Like the rose is being tied on everything. I don't know who
I
came
saw
up
it
with
on a
it.
bathing suit, a like
Yeah.
high-end bathing suit the other day and was like, "Oh wait, is this the rose thing is real?"
Yeah. Yeah. Once I actually bought one, I realized that this is great. I love it. It's such a unique feminine touch. Um, it's not going to leave us. It's going to be around. So if you have been thinking about it and want to invest in it, go ahead because it is here to stay for a little bit longer.
You heard it
I
here
got a
first.
shirt that had like a built-in rose on it. I know a lot of girls are now ordering like flowers that they can glue onto hair clips, or there's like they're ordering hair clips with flowers so that they can like clip onto like literally anything.
Gosh, it's so funny. I feel like in high school, in middle school, I had like things like that that would like hang on my mirror or something. And I'd like grab it off the mirror on my way out the door and like clip it on my dress or something or clip it on my purse. Like that's just like how I remember it. And I cannot believe that that idea almost like of accessorizing like with a brooch or something is like coming back. It's fun. It's really fun
Yeah.
and you really looked cute in it.
Thank you. That is so sweet. I really felt a little ridiculous the first time I wore it,
I think
but
I would feel ridiculous.
then it is ridiculous. Like the trend is kind of silly, but I like it. I'm here for it.
Okay.
And let's add a rose to everything.
Let's be ridiculous. Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine. I'm here for that. Let's be
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. That's the whole point of trends. It's just like here's a quick little fad to buy into, to have fun, to add a little oomph. And it may not be around next year, but that's all right. Like the point is just like having fun in the moment.
Yeah.
And obviously, we talked about trends that are still going to be around next year so that if you are a more conscious shopper, more conscious with your budget and your wardrobe, then you can confidently invest in those pieces and know that they're not going anywhere. But for a lot of people, a trend is a trend. They're just going to invest in it for a little bit and then it's okay if it's out the next season. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think when we talk about trends, just know like you can either choose to be a part of it or not, and you can choose to be a part of it just for a little bit or not at all.
I like that. I think that's a good way to frame it and it's a good way to close this really fun conversation. And thank you for sharing your insight and your expertise with me and with us. I think it's so helpful and so I think it's one of those things that people probably think about more than they realize. And yeah, if you don't have someone to talk to about it, or like, you just sort of like you have these thoughts when you're getting ready or whatever, and then you like move on with your day. I don't know. It's so fun for me to talk about. I love talking about it. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you guys for listening. And like we said, if you have any feedback, let us know. We're happy to hear from you.
Leave us
If
a
you like,
review if you feel so
yeah.
led to do so. We would really appreciate it if you're enjoying these conversations. I have one more thing to add. If you or anyone you know would like to start a podcast like this one, I have made a guide that is going to help you with everything you need to know to start your own podcast. So you can email me at dallion@adventurist.co, and then I will put the link to that guide in the show notes here. It is only $7. It is 18 pages worth of research that I have done for you. If you want to learn how to produce your own podcast, I promise if I can do it, you can do it as well. And Tinsley and I are having so much fun doing this. Like, you don't need a huge budget. You do not need all kinds of specialty skills. The barrier to entry for podcasting is really low right now, which makes it a really fun space to play in. And if you've ever thought about starting your own podcast, I would love to be part of your journey and help you with the guide.
So, everyone, go get it. We love you guys, and it's been another great week. We'll talk to you soon.
This podcast is brought to you by the Adventurist Podcast Network.